Ladies and gents, welcome to the channel this evening. Today we're going to be flying a DC-3 flight from the Isle of Man over to London Northolt. This is a historic British European Airways livery as of the 1950s. My voice is a bit tender this evening because I'm coming down with something. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to be as economic as I can with my words. I'm flying the BEA livery as released from Aeroplane Heaven quite recently. The one change, though, is that I have reverted the model from the GPS back to the old Sperry autopilot. And the very quick and simple way in which I have done this, and you can do this too, is 2 changes to your lines of code. I believe the first one, if you go all the way to your sim objects, airplanes, and then your livery of choice, it works with all the different Aeroplane Heaven liveries as far as I'm aware. I've just done this with the BEA livery. You come to this folder, you'll have model.bea, panel.black, and texture.bea. So we've got an aircraft CFG. Let's open this up. So in the aircraft CFG, the one thing you want to do for the panel line is it will say, when you open this up, it will say black. You want to delete that, but you leave the 2 parentheses like that. Okay, you hit save, right? So that stops the livery from sourcing this custom panel for its panel. So it no longer goes to this customized panel, and it will revert to using your default Sperry autopilot. Yeah, don't save. And the next thing I believe you need to go into is it systems? Ooh, now this is where it gets. No, I don't think so. It's actually in the model. Yes, it's in the model. It's in the model, and it's in the model.cfg. In this period of code here under models, it should say interior. Now this is changing the interior model of the cockpit from the one with the GPSs in 3-dimensional space to one that just has the Sperry autopilot. And what you change is this little line here. It should say, when you open this up, model.paxleftdoor mod. And it will look like this. It will look like that. What you do is you delete mod. And then hit save. I'm not going to save. And then you hit save. Those 2 little changes to those 2 CFG files will mean that, let me just bring on my track IR. When you go into the BEA livery, you will then have a working Sperry autopilot. I've done a bit of trial and testing to make this work, and it seems to work okay. The other thing I'm running on the aircraft is the Duckworth's improvement mod from flightsim.to. In fact, I have been chatting with the guy who actually is creating the mod, and he has been telling me a few different things about it. It seems like pretty much the best mod so far for the DC-3, and it's still in active development. I have the most recent downloaded, which is the November the 27th updated version 0.2.0 with the various updates mentioned. One of which is the rivets are looking a little bit better than the default rivets here on the front. I think he said he's actually planning on doing like a decal overlay to completely overwrite the visual aesthetic of those that crappy texturing work by Aeroplane Heaven. So it is an early dawn on the Isle of Man. We're running with the UK 2000 scenery. There is a scenery glitch on the Isle of Man itself, which we will be seeing. You'll know it when you see it, and that's nothing to do with the UK 2000 payware. That's to do with Microsoft Flight Simulator itself. So with that out of the way, let's just talk about some fuel and flight planning situations. Let's just pause track IR. I am using a a vintage 1950s schedule for British European Airways, and I'm referencing. It's just how do I zoom in? Do I zoom in? How do I zoom in? Come on. Maybe no, I don't do it that way. Can I? Yeah. No. Okay. Never mind. We'll just roll as is. So we're going to be flying Beeline 309 today from Ronaldsway, Isle of Man to London Northolt. Ignore the takeoff and departure times, but essentially that is just showing us that it's 15, 16, 17, so it's just under 2 hours flight time from Isle of Man to London Northolt. Nautical miles was 224. Depart Isle of Man runway 08 or the runway of your choosing, depending on the weather. Now, there's certain things here that are slightly different depending on your nav data. So I will bring this back over here and I will show you what I've got on Little Nav Map. So on Little Nav Map, you see me sitting on the ramp here at the Isle of Man. We can see the wind is 10 knots from the north roughly, so we're going to be taking off runway 03 into the wind and taking a right-hand turn out. We're going to be going on to a radial inbound Wallasey, VOR, and then from Wallasey down to Honolly. Honolly or Honington? Yeah, Honolly. And then from Honolly down to Bovington, and then from Bovington into Northolt, which is just north of Heathrow. Now, in the 1950s, Heathrow wasn't a big deal, which is why in the 1950s flight plan, they have you coming all the way down to the there's the Burnham NDB and then turning into Northolt. But that's so close to the approaches for Heathrow that I am definitely sure VATSIM will not allow me to come that close into his airspace. So I'm going to come in to Northolt from the north, from a much more northerly approach down from the north. So and hopefully by the time I'm around Bovington and getting close to Northolt, I'm descending down to 2,000 feet. So hopefully out of the traffic path of approaching and departing aircraft out of Luton. And yeah, it's a difficult one because you're in between Luton, Heathrow, London City, Stansted. This is busy airspace. So that's going to be the flight plan today. On Little Nav Map, it's actually 216 nautical miles. Flight time just under 2 hours. I do actually have the DC-3 aircraft performance loaded into Little Nav Map, so all of these numbers will be influenced by the fact that Little Nav Map knows that I'm flying a DC-3. So that time is based on that length of flight and what it knows a DC-3 usually cruises at. So that's pretty much spot on based on our 1950s route time. I'm going to do my best not to talk too much here, so here we go. So that is the flight plan. Let's just talk quickly about the fuel and weight, fuel and payload. Now, this is an interesting one. Because this level of flying, actually, it's not as bad as it was last time. So with my flight plan, I went into Debrief and I punched in my numbers, punched in the flight, etc., as I should, cruising at 9,000 feet, or flight level 090. So you can see that there. You can see the block fuel is only 1,219 kilos. That is, I mean, if you were flying anything else under the sun that was anything bigger than a Cessna Caravan, I would be quite concerned. The actual takeoff fuel, the actual trip fuel is only 376. The takeoff fuel is 1,100, and with taxi, you only burn. It's only giving you in Isle of Man a taxi fuel weight of 54 kilos. That's like less. That's like less than what I weigh. That's ridiculous. So you can see that the DC-3 in comparison with modern aviation burns, yeah, not a lot. Not a lot. It's avgas. It's not Jet A1. That's another difference with the DC-3 as it's vintage. Apart from that, pretty much as expected. Block time 2 hours 3. That's giving me packs 24, cargo, etc. Zero fuel weight is there. Takeoff weight is 11.6. So let's go put these numbers into the weight and balance while we're here. Let's go to kg, and let's just make sure that let's just scroll up in my, there we go, 1219. So I'm actually looking at this fuel number here in kilograms. That's 12, okay, I've got 1247. That's close enough. That's slightly over. That's close enough. That's 57% fuel payload to get from Isle of Man to London. And then the payload, I'm going to be watching the total kilogram there. We're close to max takeoff weight. Let me just scroll down to that that takeoff weight. There's 11.3 tons, metric tons. Sorry, 11.6 actually. There, that is the takeoff weight. You can see how close that is to max weight. So yeah, that's a fully loaded DC-3 on a regional route with only 57% fuel. Yeah, interesting. It's just not the kind of flying I'm used to. In terms of commercial air travel, it's quite unique. This is not something people are usually used to. Right, so let's just pop that Debrief flight plan back. So okay, I've got my my route schedule, I've got my Debrief, I've got Volanta, I've got little nav map. I don't need Navigraph because I've got little nav map up and running. Now, thankfully, in terms of ATC, we do have full coverage. So we're going to connect up and see how we go. Hopefully, it won't all go offline this evening. Checking for, okay, it's doing its checks, right? Okay. Let me just go back to, yes, so I've got Scottish control, I've got London North control, London South and London Central went offline, but I'm hoping that Heathrow Approach will stay online long enough for me to contact them. I'm going to be contacting Heathrow Approach and asking him, do you mind if I stay on Freak while you manage traffic? And if he wants to manage me, he can. If he doesn't want to manage me, he can just tell me to get out of the way, and but I think because I'm landing at an airport so close to Heathrow, I think he's going to want to talk to me. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I did the outbound flight in a DC-3 the other day with the Sperry autopilot without pitch hold, which was horrible. So there we go, connecting to voice server, and that should all just come online. Right, I'm going to turn on the battery. And we are going to assume that our passengers and cargo have all been loaded up. So we are going to turn off we're going to close our doors. The DC-3, I mean, there are numbers of things wrong that they could have gotten better. Let's not get into that conversation. But I hope you can agree that it definitely looks the part. It looks absolutely stunning. In some ways, and in others, it still needs more work, like I mentioned with the rivets on the nose. But anyway, so we're here at UK 2000 Isle of Man. We don't seem to have any cloud cover, which is good. The really weird green, like lime green color of the terrain is the bug that I was talking about earlier on. That's not anything to do with UK 2000, that's to do with Asobo. So, and Asobo is going to have to just fix it when they fix it. Or maybe I need to tweak my sim, I don't know. Okay, so let's roll with the checklists. Now these are the checklists that come with Airplane Heaven DC-3. Getting to know your DC-3. Now if I zoom all the way out and I scroll down to the bottom, you will see the checklists. So if I zoom in here, these are the ones on page 34 that I'm going to be referencing for our flight. So I'm going to just drag them back and be referencing them throughout the video. Okay, so I've got those up. So I'm just going to run through the before starting engines checklist first, and then we're going to call up ATC and ask for our flight permission. So hydraulic fuel pump selector should be on left engine. Now, engine pump selector should be on left engine. Left engine. Now, I'm not 100% sure how this is supposed to... I have a click spot for it. I have a click spot for it, but it doesn't move. Which is kind of annoying. I'm clicking and dragging. I'm rolling the mouse button. I'm right clicking. Oh, something happened there. Oh! How did I do that? How did... I don't know what I'm doing. Like, okay. How does that now... Oh, okay, you click that little that little circular thing. Okay, you click the little circle and then you can... Right, okay, that's in. Cool. Cool. Gear latch down and locked. Now the gears... Gear latch is down and locked. Flap handles up and neutral. Now, where are my flaps actually? My flaps should be down here. I don't have a... Yeah. Okay, I can't actually see the flaps, but I can see that... Oh, I can see that my flaps should be down. Gear handle, neutral. And again, I don't have a... This is going to be a running theme. Battery switch should be off, but it's currently on. The GPU card is on. Fuel gauges check all. Yep, so we have... Yep. Yep. We're all looking good. Let's just go to the left main. We're going to be on left mains. Cowl flaps should be open. Like so. De-ices are off. Off. Okay. Automatic pilot is off. Lights are as required. Flight controls should be free. They are indeed free. Yep. Flight controls. Crossfeed should be off. Now the crossfeed is down there. And it's off. Yeah, it's to the right. It's off. Trim tabs should be neutral. Correct. Okay. Top of the page, parking brake should be on. It is indeed on. Tail wheel should be locked, and you can actually press it through the trim tab and the center console, which is handy. Carburetor air should be cold, which it is on cold. Fuel selector valves left and right main. Okay, let's put those on left main and right main. Propellers full forward, correct. Throttles cracked to 15 to 10, 5 to 10%, which I'll put them there. Mixtures full rich, set. Pitot heaters off, set. Before starting engines checklist complete. Now, the next checklist is the starting engines checklist. But before we do that, while we're on the generator power and the battery, which is turned on, we're going to contact Scottish Control and ask for 135.525. you should start hearing some things soon. Maybe not. We will see. Let's just
Canadian Express 729, turn right, setting 105.
okay.
Right, heading 105, Canadian Express 729.
Cool. Right, let's go and put the flight plan in. Let's swap that because we're doing return IFR EG. Let's go EG. Okay, what's our alternate? We can go into Luton. Let's go into Luton for our alternate. That's close enough. EG GW. Departure time should be 18. Let's go 1850 for our departure time. Correct 9,000 for the return. And let's just go.
Canadian Express 729, resume on navigation, direct Titan, Tango Alpha, Romeo, Tango, November.
And the equipment.
Direct Larson. Tango Alpha, Romeo, November, Canadian Express 729.
Canadian Express 729, negative, Tango Alpha, Romeo, Tango, November.
Tango Alpha, Romeo, Tango, November, Canadian Express 729.
Navigation method. Basic RNAV. I think is I. Okay, basic RNAV equipment suffix. VATSIM. Uniform, I think. Let's go with that. So, flying vintage DC-3, no GPS, VOR to VOR or NDB navigation, only with radar vectors from ATC, please. File flight plan. Right. Let's get myself a piece of paper. So, Beeline 309er. Right, let's just double check to see if we have any ATIS. We don't really have any ATIS. Okay. Scottish Control, good evening. Beeline 309er, radio check.
Beeline 309, Scottish, readable T5.
Thank you. Beeline 309er requesting IFR clearance as filed, currently on the ground at Isle of Man in a vintage DC-3.
Beeline 309, roger, contact London 133.7.
133.7, Beeline 309, good evening.
Easy 38 Yankee, when ready, descend flight level 110.
133.
Straight in, flight level 110, easy 38 Yankee.
1337.
Scottish Control.
Okay, he's handed me over to, that's London North, 1337. London North Control, good evening. Beeline 309er, radio check.
The Jersey 309 readability is fine.
Thank you. Beeline 309er on the ground at Isle of Man, requesting IFR clearance as filed.
Just confirm, you saying Beeline 309er, and the call sign that's been filed is Jersey 309er. Which one?
I see. I should probably be BEA for British European Airways. I will log off, log back on.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. And just double check to also resubmit the flight plan with the new call sign.
Affirm. Yes. BEA.
From Juliet 1, GP right to taxi,
There we go. Made that mistake. It's because I fly jerseys as well. I fly -8s on P3D sometimes. Right. Let's see if we can still get our slot. We've got a few minutes to go. London Control, B-line 309, reconnected with the flight plan updated, requesting IFR clearance.
B-line 309, roger. Your clearance is to Northolt via Wallasey, then Honolly. It's runway 26, climb initially flight level 50, and squawk 0476.
Cleared to destination as filed via Wallasey and Honolly, runway 36, climb initial 5,000 feet, squawk 0476, B-line 309.
B-line 309, reback is correct, but it is flight level 50 over at Ronald Way.
Flight level 50, no problem, B-line 309. Shall I call at the hold, ready for takeoff?
Yeah, to be fair, that works for me. Yeah, if you call it runway 26, holding point.
Affirm 309.
Hotel Zulu Mike, 8,500 feet. Requesting to land at Manchester Airport.
Yeah, I am vectoring you towards Manchester. I cannot give you any further descent as of yet, just because of the...
Okay, he's giving me runway 26, which is fine.
London Control.
The wind is out of the north, it still works.
319,
We're just going to have to taxi back via Bravo Echo. Cross runway 21.
Virgin 319, London Control, report your passing level. It's Mallard 1 Mike arrival.
Okay, so he's given us our clearance, and he said to contact us via when we're at the hold, ready for takeoff.
Report your passing level. And it's
starting engines checklist, fuel booster pumps on.
Alright, so we're passing flight level 22.
Right engine primer set on, 5 seconds.
For the
1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah, that's fine.
5.
Stop descent, flight level 210.
Master ignition switch is on.
10,
Right magneto to both.
Mike 1, descend to altitude 3,000.
Right start energizer on.
H1012.
You should hear it spool up. You can see the prop there. You shout clear prop out the window.
Hotel Zulu Mike 1, I need you to please respond. Descend to altitude 3,500 feet. QNH 1012.
Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Easy
10.
574 Alpha, report your speed to Scottish Control 135.525 over.
135.525.
There's the engine.
Alpha, thank you, service. Good night, bye.
Just watch the oil pressure coming up into the green as it is. Correct. Good start.
Mechanic 34 Golf November, climb now, flight level 200.
Okay.
Flight
5 seconds.
Requesting to land at Manchester Airport.
4,
Hotel
5.
Zulu Mike 1, I keep on calling you out, but you're not answering me. Descend to 3,500 feet, QNH 1012.
Hotel Zulu Mike, descended to 3,500.
Both. Energizer on left. Mesh. 1,
Easy 893
2,
Foxtrot, flight
3,
max
4,
77
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Easy
11.
893 Foxtrot flight max decimal 77 or less.
Hey.
And Easy 893
Oil
Foxtrot,
pressure.
report that speed to Scottish Control 135.525 to back.
Report to Scottish Control, goodbye.
Scandinavian 73 Yankee
Okay.
London Control, hello, currently at Holland Point Juliet 1 from my 23 right Manchester.
Before taxiing, checklist. Hydraulic pressure.
Scandinavian 73 Yankee, thank you. Clear for takeoff from AT3 right, surface wind 190 degrees 2 knots.
Hydraulic
Clear
pressure
takeoff from
is
AT3 right,
low.
Scandinavian 73 Yankee.
Hotel Zulu Mike 1, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
We'll continue to monitor.
3,000 feet, Hotel Zulu Mike.
We'll continue to monitor.
Correction, Channel 8.
Radios are on and turn. Altimeter is set.
Left 070 degrees.
Clock is set. Gyro's set and uncaged. Let's uncage the gyro. And
London, getting things like that.
Hotel Zulu Mike, 3,000 feet.
Roger.
Yep.
Hotel Zulu Mike 110 left heading 260 degrees, cleared ILS approach from AT3 right.
Gyro's uncaged. Flight controls are free.
260, Hotel Zulu Mike.
Park brake.
Confirm cleared ILS approach.
Clear
Take
ILS.
chocks out. You can now take ground power off.
London, getting things like that.
Psycho 1.
Cycle 1, we're on the multi-flight that leads.
Okay, tail wheel unlocked and park brake off.
Psycho 1 cleared to leave the lead control zone.
Tail wheel before taxiing checklist is complete.
QNH 1011, squawking 5005.
Let's leave the lead control zone to the north from about altitude 2,000 feet to the park QNH 1011.
Read back correct. Channel 84 Golf November, climb flight level 240.
Hotel Zulu Mike, should I make a left turn?
Flight level 240.
Cloud 240, so 8 Channel 84 Golf November.
Position lights on.
Virgin 319, descend when ready, flight level 150.
Donna 150 for Virgin 319.
Hotel Zulu Mike is clear in landing. Clear. Is landing
Hotel
clear?
Zulu Mike 1, clear to land, runway 23 right, surface wind 190 degrees 2 knots.
Thank you.
Okay, runway heading of 026 runway heading.
Scandinavian 73 Yankee at 2,500.
206, sorry, not 026.
Scandinavian 73 Yankee climb and now flight
Set.
level 240.
Crossing
Come now, flight
runway
level
21.
340, Scandinavian 73 Yankee.
Let's confirm that flight level 240.
240, sorry.
Channel 84 Golf November, turn right heading 085, climb flight level 260.
085 and climb 260, Channel 84 Golf November.
Let's set the Wallasey VOR, which should be 1410. Oh, I made the stupid mistake. I can't taxi past these. I'm gonna actually just cheat. In the charts, in the VPilot, in the charts it shows that you can turn on here. But in the scenery package, there's, well, actually no, you're allowed. That looks like you can turn over that line. Okay, maybe I'm not wrong. Maybe that's allowed. Anyway, I did it, so there we go. So, from here, let's now turn...
Channel 84 Golf November, turn right heading 095.
Let's go to the end. Well,
Right, you're now
actually no, let's
84
not.
Golf November.
We don't need to. This is a DC-3. This is VTOL, basically. Okay, we're going to stop at the hold and do a quick check of the engines.
Control to 173 with you at flight level 350.
Zulu 173, thank you. Short stay with me. Contact Scottish Control 135.525. Take care.
Park brake.
Contacting Scottish Control on.
Engine run-up checklist. Park brake is on. Tail wheel is locked.
525.
135.
Tail wheel is locked.
525.
Fuel booster
Sorry
pumps
about
are off.
Oh, no need to apologise.
Mixtures auto rich. Cowl flaps are open. Fuel selectors are on main tanks. Propellers full through the full range. Okay, let's go propeller 1 down to 0. Back up again. Yep, it recovers. Slowly and surely. Oil pressure rising again.
Psycho 1, the winds are 220 degrees at 3. What runway would you prefer?
Down to 500 RPM. Back again. Fuel pressure's dropping. Fuel pressure's coming back up. Oil pressure's rising. RPM's rising.
Sorry about that, 3
Manifold pressures are all holding. All looking good.
Cycle 1, roger, via Lima into backtrack line.
Before takeoff checklist, mixtures, auto-rich, cowl flaps need to be on trail. Trail set. Propellers increase RPM. Gyros set and uncaged. Fuel booster pumps are on. Let's put those on. Tail wheel locked when lined up with runway. We are not yet, so let's unlock that tail wheel and let's call ATC.
Scandinavian 73 Yankee, redirect to RSAT, climb flight level 270. Scandinavian 73 Yankee,
0476.
direct to RSAT, climb flight level 270.
Direct to RSAT, climb flight level 270, Scandinavian 73 Yankee.
ED259, report your routing to Scottish Control on 135.525, bye-bye.
135.525.
I told you the mark request.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hotel Zulu, Mike 1, contact ground 121.850.
Thank you. Good night.
Channel 84, Golf November, climb flight level 290.
290, Channel 84, Golf November.
London Control, beeline 309 on the ground, ready for takeoff, holding at runway 26, Isle of Man.
Beeline freeze.
Beeline 309, clear for takeoff runway 26, surface wind at 360 degrees at 7.
Clear takeoff runway 26, beeline 309, thanks.
Surgeon 319, descend flight level 110.
Down
Off the park and brake.
Channel 84, Golf November, turn right heading 105, incline flight level 370.
105 and 5370, Channel 84, Golf November.
Okay. The after takeoff checklist will be landing gear up, wheels stop rotation with brakes, power reductions as advised, and booster pumps off. This will be a flaps up takeoff.
London Control, good evening. Chenex 93 Hotel is on Juliet 1, ready for departure at runway 23 right at Manchester. Chenex 93 Hotel, London Control, hello. Surface wind is 190 degrees, 2 knots, runway 23 right, clear takeoff.
Roll forwards, just
Runway
let that
23 right, clear for takeoff,
tail wheel
Chenex 93 Hotel.
settle. Tail wheel lock set. And advance manifold up to 42 inches.
Psycho 1 ready for departure, 3.
Waiting for airspeed alive.
Psycho 1.
Airspeed is
surface
alive.
wind at least
40 knots.
is 220 degrees, 3 knots.
50 knots.
Current RVR is 275.
60
meters.
knots.
Runway 32, clear takeoff.
Tail is coming up. And 80 knots. Positive rate. Gear up. Okay, reduce to 35 inches.
319, descend, flight level 70.
And reduce RPM to about 2400. 23 to 2400.
Virgin 319, descend, flight level 70.
Down to 7,000 for Virgin 319.
RPM set. Manifold set.
Chenex 903 Hotel, passing 1000, climbing to 5000. Chenex 93 Hotel, thank you. Climb now, flight level 190. 190, Chenex 903 Hotel. Cycle 1, report your passing altitude. About 600 feet, Cycle 1.
And Psycho 1, roger, in 10 miles you leave to airspace, what service do you require?
I should have turned the landing lights on. Duh. Okay, let's get the autopilot on.
Psycho 1, roger, in 10 miles you have basic service.
Let's raise the nose. There you go. Feet off the rudder pedals, raise that nose. There we go. Excellent. After landing, after takeoff checklist landing gears up, wheels are stopped, power reductions have been done, and fuel booster pumps come off. Next checklist is the cruise checklist. And now as we just pass this headland, we want to begin turning to the left. So let's bring the heading around to about 219.
10 even, 7 tree Yankee, contact Scottish Control, 135.525.
Scottish 135.525 here.
Let's not lose that altitude, please. That's not good.
Virgin 319, leave Maddie heading 085.
We're leaving Maddie heading 085
What?
for Virgin 319.
Hang on. That's not right. Something's not right. Let's just try that again. Let's just be trimmed. Right, that's it, trimmed. Let's set. Gyropilot is in.
Chanix 84 Golf number, resume own navigation Lamzo.
Own navigation correct enough, so Chanix 84 Golf number.
One, 2, 9. Set. Oh, I think I set the wrong. Yeah, I think I set the wrong. Oh, that's a steep bank. Oh my goodness, that's a steep bank. That is not right. Something is not right with the autopilot. Sorry, guys. That should not be doing that. That's never done that before. I wonder if that's something to do with the new Duckworth's improvement mod that I've installed, because I installed that as of this evening. Oh. That noise, ladies and gents, was Rex AccuSeason syncing. Right, we need to go inbound this VOR, which is right there. Okay, we need to set this heading. Let's set this heading. Okay. Set. Hold this heading, please. And don't sink. Okay. Can you do that? And can we begin climbing as well? Okay. That seems to be working. Right, now let's set our radial inbound to this VOR. 129. Let's set that about there. Okay, set. Right. Let's fly inbound Wallasey and climb to 5,000 feet, or 050. Flight level 29er2 is about there. Problem with these gauges is you can't tell accurately if you're on 1013 or not. But there we go. Okay. There we are, departing the Isle of Man. Let's just check what the temperature is. Close to 0. We don't have any visible moisture though at the moment. But as soon as we do get into some visible moisture, I will turn on some de-icing. Climbing through 4,000 feet.
93 Hotel, contact landing control 120.025. Goodbye.
Booster pumps are off.
120.025, Connect Nano CO2, bye bye.
ET2501, surface wind, variable 1 knot, runway 23 right, clear for takeoff.
ET251, clear for takeoff on runway Manchester 23 right. Thank you.
On the control tower is 151, flight level 180, direct Elva.
Skyways 151, line control hello, descend, flight level 140.
Descend flight level 140, Skyways 151.
Okay, so flying inbound Wallasey. We will visually be able to see when we pass over Wallasey because it's on the coast, and we're currently still not really away from the Isle of Man yet, so it will be a short while. But once we get to Wallasey,
altitude 4,500 feet, QNH 101.
Once we get to Wallasey in the cruise, we can then start doing some dead reckoning.
Virgin 319, correction, QNH 1012.
Sorry, 1012, Virgin 31.
Beeline 309 requesting further climb.
Beeline 309, roger, report your passing altitude.
Beeline 309, just passing flight level 05 now.
Beeline 309, climb flight level 90.
Climb flight level 90, Beeline 309, thanks. Okay. So we're just a little bit, you know, this only shows 29.9. I know that standard barometric pressure is 29.902. So I've made sure the counter is ever so slightly more than being on 29.9, and hope that that's accurate enough to be correct. And from here, it's just a question of tweaking the gyropilot, tweaking our radials, our engines, like the manifold pressure, for instance, back up to 35 inches. This aircraft will climb up to 20,000 feet, no problem.
ET2501, sorry, yes, you lost an engine, did you say?
Confirm this now, spool back up as soon as it comes available. I will get moving.
No worries. So
I will stop talking now, and I will let you listen to the ambience.
Scottish on 135, decimal 525, thank you, bye-bye, Australia 5138.
Skyways 151, descend flight level 80.
Skyways, descend flight level 80, Skyways 151.
Victor Yankee Tango 2, you've gone right past Flower Viaduct. Confirm you got the field in sight?
Yep, still in sight, Victor Tango 28.
Victor Yankee Tango 28, right, a route to the northern perimeter of the field. She's about to go across the approach path, so turn left, that's left, back to the northern boundary.
Turning left towards the northern boundary, Victor Yankee Tango 28.
Sky is 151, turn left, heading 060 degrees.
Left 060, Sky is 151.
And Sky is 151, we radar vectors, as approach from 23 right.
Radar vectors for approach 23 right, thank you very much, Sky is 151.
Ladies and gents, we are back just overhead Wallasey now on the coast and making a few minor adjustments just as the VOR sensitivity is much heightened as we are overhead. As we go overhead and we see the VOR swing,
8160, London Control, hello.
we will be tracking inbound to Honolulu, which is 11365.
Victor Yankee Tango with you.
Which is now set on nav 2.
Yeah, are we clear to approach on the downwind approach for runway 25 right?
Negative. Number Charlie 1105.
He's very loud.
Turn left, heading 3 disregard.
We should be coming overhead the VOR very, very soon now. We should see that swing.
Number Charlie 1105. Turn left, heading 200 degrees. Take a little free localizer to establish from the north.
Turn left, heading 200 degrees, and to establish from localizer. November Charlie 105.
Yeah.
And Victor Yankee 28. You're clear to
see
join
it swinging
downwind right hand from a 23
now
right.
we pay attention to
downwind.
Joining downwind on the right for 23 right.
Okay, now we pay attention to nav 2. And the magnetic heading should be
control, Golf
040,
Golf Papa Mike, standby.
which is there.
Golf X-ray Fox Hotel uniform. Your clearance was now about 1,500 feet. Please descend to that.
Fox Hotel uniform, copy, descending 1,500.
And Golf Fox Hotel uniform, report passing altitude.
There's Liverpool. Slowly climbing up to flight level
1105, descend to altitude
090.
2,500 feet, and you're cleared ILS approach runway 23 right.
Cleared ILS approach runway 23 right.
As we've got some weather ahead, let's just have a look at our temperatures. We are below freezing.
And then Charlie 1105
Carb heats are below freezing, so let's put the carb heats on now.
Is a VFR aircraft joining the left-hand visual circuit.
Traffic 1 o'clock 12 miles, November Charlie 105.
Victor Yankee 28, traffic information, there is a 737 in your left, 9 o'clock, range 5 miles.
Carb heats are above 0.
Quality control, Golf Papa Mike.
Golf Papa Mike, standby. And Victor Yankee 28, just for information, that's not the start of the downwind. Please route to the west.
Route to the left to return back to the start of the downwind.
So the problem why I had such erratic autopilot behavior on takeoff was because I had actually caged my attitude indicator when I thought I had uncaged it. This is what created the erratic Sperry autopilot behavior. I rectified the problem, and in cruise I've had much finer control, which is a lot more realistic out of the Sperry than I did when I took off.
Final approach. Don't know why I need the ATIS.
Asking for the QNH value, please. Charlie 105.
QNH 1012.
QNH 1012, November Charlie 105.
Yankee Tango 28, you've gone completely against all my instructions so far, and you're currently flying through another aircraft, so please either follow my instructions or disconnect.
Roger. Route left to back to the downwind. Victor Yankee Tango, route left back to downwind.
Yankee, Skyways 151, turn left heading 010 degrees.
Left 010, Skyways 151.
Golf Hotel Uniform is a basic service. Golf Foxtrot Hotel Uniform is a basic service.
So I need to be heading
Hotel Uniform, second.
2, 3,
You've left control
4,
airspace, is now basic service.
145.
Copy.
Heading 145.
Number Charlie 1105, South Sweden variable 1 knot, runway 2 for right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 23 right, number Charlie 1105.
It says
Golf
we should be.
Mike report, pass message.
It appears as if we should be heading
Birmingham on the York.
145. But
Negative, that's
we're on. We'll see how things go.
120025, thanks, bye.
Golf
So-
Hotel Oscar Sierra Sierra is passing 5,000 feet. climbing
With an
6,000
airspeed
feet,
of
passing,
170.
East Midlands.
With an airspeed of 170.
Golf Hotel Oscar Sierra Sierra London Control, hello.
Distance,
Climb now, flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Golf Sierra Sierra.
Distance is 87 nautical miles. Speed in miles per hour.
Tanks 43 Alpha,
Is
final landing,
170.
737 short finals via Juliet 1,
Calculate.
runway 23 right.
Should
behind.
take roughly 35 minutes. This leg should take roughly 35 minutes of flight of cruise between here and
everyone,
Honolulu.
Please, everyone's just stepping over each other. There's a student that's just trying to learn on here. Please maybe all just listen out and wait for a read back. As soon as we issue an instruction, just wait for the aircraft to read back. Likewise, if they ask us something, just wait for us to respond back, please.
Okay, I'll be back with you as we get close to Honolulu.
Control, I'm assuming that's now the going around 737, Channel 43 Alpha.
Channel 43 Alpha, A firm, you're now cleared to line up runway 23 right.
Line for 123 right, Channel 43 Alpha.
Number Charlie 1105, fly runway heading and climb and maintain altitude 3,500 feet. It's radar vectors as approach runway 23 right.
Maintain runway heading. Could you repeat that last part, please? This is Charlie 105.
Vectors Alice approach runway 23 right.
Vectors Alice approach runway 23 right, November Charlie 110.
That is 151, turn left heading 26 degrees, clear as approach runway 23 right.
Left heading 060 and cleared ILS 23 right. Skyways 151.
Skyways 151, heading 260 degrees.
Heading 260, Skyways 151.
Easy 550 with you, and we know it will step away for 2 minutes.
With Yankee Tango 28, requesting to join downward leg.
Easy 515 Zulu, roger, report back, maximum 5 minutes.
London, good evening, Channel 9900, flight level 250, and currently inbound to Macox.
Channel 9900 London Control, hello, it's the Max Oaks 1 Mike arrival Manchester.
Roger, we can confirm the Macox 1 Mike, Channel 9900.
Shuttle 13 Lima request taxi.
Shuttle 13 Lima, taxi via Alpha Delta and line of weight runway 25, report ready for departure.
Thanks, Alpha Delta, runway 25, and the cross shuttle 13
Victor Yankee Tango 28, roger, join downwind right hand, report joining the downwind circuit.
Joining downward circuit, Victor Yankee Tango 28.
November Charlie 1105. Easy 515 Zulu, contact land control 120.025.
You got Liverpool or Leeds?
Leeds, apologies, track 35 Golf. I'm not sure it's even worse than the temp going in.
Roger, sir. When ready, report your intentions.
Wilco, just give me 5 minutes, so I'll evaluate the options.
Golf, Roger, when ready, descend flight level 200, be at Edball.
Descend flight level 200, be level by Emble, track 0 Golf.
Easy 5 and 5 visibility.
Is he correction Chanix off station calling landing control say call sign landing?
Easy 5 and 5 Zulu. Could you repeat that, please?
Is he 515 landing control, good evening, descend flight level 200.
Easy 5 and 5 Zulu, descend flight level 200.
I'll head to Manchester.
Roger, stand by. Bravo Echo Alpha 309, are you checking in? Nothing heard, check your microphone.
Sorry about that. Beeliner 309 are checking in, flight level 090.
Beeliner 309, Roger.
I had my microphone turned off.
Alpaca 6 Juliet, descend when ready, flight level 200, be level by Aldos.
When ready, descend flight level 200, level by Aldos Alpaca.
Under control, Chanix.
So folks, we've got a few more minutes before we run into Honolulu.
Chanix 43 Alpha, London Control, good evening. Climb flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310, Chanix 43 Alpha.
The settings we have dialed in seem to all be really, really good. Just watching the excuse me, just watching the altitude. Make sure that we keep hold of. And now that I correctly uncaged the attitude, the Sperry autopilot works perfectly. Just adjusting our
Easy
pitch hold.
223, turn right heading 045.
Turning right heading 045, easy.
Some overcast conditions below us. See, again, temperatures about -4, carb airs above 0, and all the temps and pressures, oil cylinders,
Is he
all look good.
2223, correction to my last flight radar heading 325.
Currently sipping from our ox tanks in cruise.
Turn X3 Pepper Golf, fly radar heading 325.
The only reason I haven't changed the mixture is that the mixture is currently broken. It's going to be an auto-rich, whatever I set it to. So that's a problem with the sim, and until the DC-3 has better coding, we won't have
climb flight level
a way of solving that issue.
Climbing flight level 380, easy 223.
Currently going very well. All is quiet on the Western Front.
London Monarch 134, ready for push and start.
Monarch 134, span 6, push and start is approved.
So our next course...
Alpha November Victor Alpha Golf, descend flight level 170.
Our next course from Honolulu will be down to Bovingdon. Yes. And it's going to be a slight left-hand turn onto 133 magnetic. And it's going to be 56
Alpha Golf,
miles.
turn left heading 335.
335,
so
Nordic 431 Whiskey, climb
which
flight
is
level
going to be
210.
a leg of about 20 to 22 minutes. So I'm thinking
Bravo, Echo 226.
top of descent, about 26 nautical miles out of Bovingdon. Actually, let's just go from Honolulu. Yeah, 42. So if we calculate 42 nautical miles at 170 miles an hour, that is 17 minutes before top of descent.
10x43 Alpha, contact landing control 127.825.
So once we get to Honolulu, we then have 17 minutes
Easy 515
on 133 magnetic
150,
before top of descent.
Descend flight level 150, be level 5, Kidley, ED750.
Alpaca 6 Juliet, contact land control 133.7, bye bye.
Okay folks, I will get back to you at top of descent. Good evening, Heathrow approach, beeline 309 with you, flight level 090 inbound Bovingdon.
Beeline 309, Heathrow Director, hello to you. It's information Delta at North Holt, runway 25 in use, descend flight level 80.
Information Delta, runway 25, descend 08 for beeline 309, thanks. Okay folks, let's begin our descent. Let's just go down on the gyro pitch and let's just pull off the manifold.
39 Charlie, apologies, turn left heading 240 degrees.
Pop the landing lights on. One thing I did while I was away was I turned on the pitot
39
heat.
Charlie, descend to altitude 2,500 feet,
Which
clear
I-
ILS approach, runway 27 right.
Which I should have done all along. The reason is the checklist didn't have the pitot heat being turned on. I should have done that before.
309, what type of approach are you looking for into Norfolk?
Standard ILS for runway 25 would be okay for beeline 309.
Beeline 309, roger.
So
Director, good evening, 42 Delta Bravo 8.
let's put the prop de-ice on because we're going to go through this layer of... Okay, there is...
Spirit 40 Delta Bravo, Heathrow, roger, route direct Bovingdon.
Bovingdon, Spirit 42 Delta Bravo.
Spirit 39 Charlie, cleared ILS approach, runway 27 right.
Yeah, cleared ILS approach, runway.
There's flight level 80. Set. As we descend through this layer, because the temperature is pretty low, I'm going to turn on the prop de-ice, and if we get icing on the windows, we can simply turn on the windshield de-ice as well. We'll turn on the carb, auto carb de-icer. Well, it's on auto actually, on, off, auto de-icer, carb, auto de-icer, on, off. No, I'm going to turn it on, yeah. We're also going to run through the descent checklist. Well, there is no descent checklist. There's a before landing checklist, actually, so I'm going to hold on to that until the end of the ILS. Heathrow approach, beeline 309. Happy to take a further descent. We don't have any air brakes in a DC-3. Thanks.
Okay, beeline 309, roger, maintain flight level 80 for now.
Affirm. Okay, he's happy to, he wants to hold me at 80, probably due to traffic. I think there's traffic coming across my nose, probably. I can see on little nav map there's some traffic, which I shouldn't technically be able to see, but, you know. Yeah, it's at 5,000 feet off my nose. It is an Iberian something. I'm not quite sure. Okay, inbound Honolulu. I can see my radial is getting ever so slightly off, so let's just make an adjustment for that radial. He will probably give me radar vectors.
Beeline 309, further descent will be beyond Bovingdon.
Affirm, no worries, 309. Okay, he doesn't want to descend me until I get to Bovingdon, and Bovingdon is quite soon now. We will see it swing.
Beeline 309, leave Bovingdon, heading 120 degrees.
Leave Bovingdon 120 degrees, 309.
Speedbird 39 Charlie, surface wind 280 degrees, 3 knots, runway 27
Okay, he says
right,
120.
27 right, clear to land, retreat on a Charlie.
So
Speedbird 822, surface wind variable,
as soon as we
2
start
knots,
that,
runway 27 left, clear for takeoff.
so let's put in 108.5 into standby.
Speedbird 45 Whiskey Charlie, hold it November Bravo 3.
That is the ILS
Hold it,
for Northolt.
November Bravo 3, Speedbird 45 Whiskey Charlie.
As we see the VOR swing, we will turn heading 120.
Speedbird 42 Delta Bravo, leave Bovingdon, heading 170 degrees.
Keep Bovingdon 170, speed 42 Delta Bravo.
You've got to load, Speedbird 8 Victor Kilo, Sun 309, information Kilo, and clearance please, Mosley.
Speedbird 8 Victor Kilo, hello, cleared Oslo, Brookmans Park 7 Golf departure, your squawk 7220.
Cleared Oslo, Brookmans Park 7 Golf departure, squawk 7220, Speedbird 8 Victor Kilo.
Speedbird 8 Victor Kilo, correct.
Oh.
Heathrow Director, very good evening. American
See that
728, information Kilo on board, 7879, on the Bedeck 1 hotel arrival, expecting runway 27 left.
Look at that.
American 728, it's 27 right, descend flat
Oh,
80,
look.
good evening.
Look, I can see the
Descend
contrails.
flight 804, runway 27 right, American 728.
Speedbird 45 Whiskey Charlie, behind departing company, Airbus A320.
That was cool, I saw a little wisp of
Line up,
contrails.
runway 27 left behind.
Line up behind the company aircraft for 27 left, Speedbird 45 Whiskey
Okay,
Charlie.
let's just watch.
Beeline 309, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 10. Sorry, I missed the QNH, but descend to 6,000, Beeline 308.
Beeline 308, Northolt, QNH is 1012.
1012 and down to 6,000 feet. Thank you for Beeline 309. And turn heading 120. Set. And we continue our descent. We don't want our manifold to be lower than our RPM ever in a
Beeline
piston.
309, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend 3,000 feet, Beeline 309.
Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, descend flight level 80, speed 227.
Okay, let's go local barometric pressure.
So flight level 80, speed 220, speed 42 Delta Bravo.
American 728,
Okay.
leave Ockham, heading 075.
We're going to have to descend quicker than
Leave
this.
Ockham 075.
Let's go down to
American
minimum blue
728.
line on the RPM.
Speedbird 39 Charlie, taxi
50,
Alpha,
17,
514.
which means we can go 17 inches manifold.
514 to the tree on a Charlie.
So we're descending at 1,000 feet per minute.
Direct American 728, is there any speed restrictions?
American 728 negative.
We're about 0%, 0 Celsius now.
Speedbird 822, contact landing control 118.475.
We're going to go to our localizer. Let's just go.
Beeline 309, it's radar vectors for an ILS approach runway 25 at Northolt.
Radar vectors for ILS at Northolt. Thank you very much. 309.
Infrastructure, good evening. Shuttle 1 Lima, descending flight from Mount Zero to the level by Bovingdon. Information
6,000.
Airbus A320.
3,000 left to decelerate.
Shuttle 1 Lima, Heathrow, hello, thanks, Roger.
I have no
Speedbird
problem.
45 Whiskey Charlie, surface wind, variable 2 knots, runway 27 left, clear to takeoff.
Request clearance to the surface. Clear for takeoff 27 left, speedbird 45 British Charlie.
Speedbird 42 Delta Bravo, turn left heading 105.
Left 105, 40 Delta Bravo.
Speed 40 Delta Bravo, 34 miles for 27 right, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1012.
27 right, 6,101, speed 40 Delta Bravo.
Beeline 309, turn left heading 080 degrees.
080 degrees, 309.
Shuttle 13 Lima, leave Bovingdon heading 120 degrees.
New Bovingdon heading 120 degrees, Shuttle 13 Lima.
He's good. 080 set.
Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, descend to altitude 5,000 feet.
5,000, 40 Delta Bravo.
Heathrow, good evening for Dexel ahead.
I think this is really cool
LX
cloud
11
formations.
Heathrow, good evening, stand by.
We're going to see very little very soon.
Beeline 309, descend to altitude 2,500 feet.
2,500 feet, Beeline 309.
Speedbird 3605, stand 249, push and start approved, face south.
Down through 4,000 feet.
Approved, face south.
About a
Speedbird
15,
45 with,
1,500 feet to go.
Beeline 309, turn right heading 160 degrees.
160 degrees, 309.
Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, turn left by 5 degrees.
Left 5, 40 Delta Bravo.
Speedbird 45 Whiskey Charlie, contact London 118.475.
He's not allowing me any time to
Contact London Central on
slow down.
118.475, speedbird 45 British Charlie.
Beeline 309, turn right heading 220 degrees. When established on the localizer, descend with the glide path, runway 25.
Turn... sorry, say the first bit again, please.
Beeline 309, turn right heading 220 degrees. When established on the localizer, descend glide path, runway 25.
Turn right heading 220 and when established with the localizer, descend with the glide, runway 25, Beeline 309, thanks. Okay.
American 728, 33 miles for 27 right, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1012.
33 track miles, 27 right, descend 3,000 feet, QNH 1012, American.
Localizers can come in any second now.
40 Delta Bravo, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, there's no ATC speed restriction.
4,000 no speed, speed 40 Delta Bravo.
Okay, Beeline 309, going through the localizer, turn right heading 280 degrees.
280 degrees, 309.
Beeline 309, for future reference, you cannot descend below 2,500 feet inbound from
Yep,
Northolt, otherwise it takes you outside controlled airspace.
I'm aware.
Beeline 309, descend to altitude 1,800 feet, then further with the glide path.
Descend 1,800 feet and descend with the glide, Beeline 309, thanks.
Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, turn right heading 180 degrees.
Right 180, speed 40 Delta Bravo.
FedEx 11 clears Dusseldorf, Brookman's Park, 7 Golf departure, squawk 0325.
FedEx 11 have a clear to destination.
Okay, before landing, autopilot off.
Departure,
Nope, we're going to keep the autopilot
7
on.
Golf departure. And this cockpit
Mixture's
is
order rich, carb, air, cold.
FedEx 11 correct, for break, Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
3,040 Delta Bravo.
Boost pumps on, ignition check,
American
propellers.
728, turn left heading 055.
Left 055, American 728.
Shuttle 13 Lima, descend flight level 80.
Stand Falcon 1, progression descent flight level 80, Shuttle 1.
Okay.
Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, turn right heading 240 degrees. When established on the localizer, descend glide path 27 right.
Right 240 cleared, RS 27 right, Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo.
Beeline 309, confirm established.
Establishing now, 309.
Beeline 309, roger. From this point, my service terminates. Report on the ground on 119.725. The Northolt winds 280 degrees, 3 knots.
We'll report on the ground at Northolt, Beeline 309.
American 728, turn left, heading 360 degrees.
Left, due north, American 728.
Stupid 860 kilo, stand 309, push and start.
Stupid 860 kilo, stand 309, push and start approved.
309 to start approved, stupid 860 kilo.
American 728, cleared altitude was 3,000 feet. Climb now to altitude 3,000 feet.
Apologies, I'm just climbing up now. Apologies, American 728.
Stupid 40 Delta Bravo, speed 160 knots or greater, maintain until 4 DNA.
160 or greater until 4, speed 40 Delta Bravo.
American 728, speed 180
Holding
knots.
at 1,000 feet.
180 knots, American 728.
Shuttle 13 Lima, 28 miles for 27 right, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Check 4,000.
American 728, turn left, heading 305. When established on the localizer, descend glide path, runway 27 right.
Left 305, and once established on the localizer, descend with glide, American 728.
The aircraft calling for taxi, just stand by. Vivid 40 Delta Bravo, surface wind 280 degrees, 3 knots, runway 27 right, clear to land.
And speedbird 40 Delta Bravo.
American 728, we're established on the localizer.
Right.
I am amazing. I see basically nothing. Autopilot off. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness.
American 728, there's no ATC speed restrictions.
I'm restricted now, American 728.
American 728, are you correcting for 27 right?
AFM, apologies, American 728.
Okay, American 728, continue.
Don't say anything. No one say anything at all. You didn't see how...
Shuttle 13 Lima, turn right, heading
You didn't see that
145.
at all.
Right, heading 145, shuttle 13
Seabird 3605, taxi via Lima, hold at November Bravo 3.
Taxi via Lima, hold.
I just... No. That was visibility I was not in my wildest dreams prepared for in an aircraft like this.
American 728 continues for 27 right to number 2.
Continue approach, American 728.
I completely forgot the frequency he called. He asked me to.
Stupid 860 kilo, request taxi of Raven 1 November full echo if possible.
Steward 860 kilo, taxi Romeo, second left alpha, hold November 4 echo.
Romeo, second left alpha, hold November 4 echo, stupid 860 kilo, thank you.
Shuttle 13 Lima, turn right heading 180 degrees, descend to altitude 3,000 feet.
Right, I'm heading 180 degrees, descend 3,000, shuttle 13 Lima.
Shuttle 13 Lima, turn right heading 240 degrees, when established on the localizer, descend glide path runway 27 right.
240 degrees, when established, localizer 27 right, descend with the glide, shuttle 1 trigger.
Speedbird 3605 from November 3, surface wind variable 2 knots, runway 27 left, cleared for takeoff.
November 3, 27 left, clear for takeoff. Speedbird 360.
After landing, checklist flaps are up. Open the cowl flaps. Fuel booster pumps can go off. Elevator trim we don't care about. Propellers forward and high. Tail wheel is unlocked.
FedEx 11 stand 607, ready to push and start.
Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, turn right on Alpha.
Right Alpha, 40 Delta Bravo.
American 728, surface wind 280 degrees, 3 knots, runway 27 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 27 right, American 728.
FedEx 11, stand 607, push and start approved, face east.
Clear to push face east, FedEx 11.
Speedbird 40 Delta Bravo, taxi Alpha, Yankee, stand 523.
Alpha Yankee 523, thanks, 40 Delta Bravo.
Speedbird 8 Victor Kilo, behind the departing company, A320 Neo, via November 4 Echo, line up, runway 27 left behind.
Behind the departing company, A320 Neo, via November 4 Echo, line up and wait for runway 27 left behind, Speedbird 8 Victor Kilo.
Two 7 right, wind check, wind 340 degrees, 2 knots.
Short 1 miles to establish 7.5 miles, 27 right.
American 728, vacate left there, please.
Vacating to the left now, American 728.
Speedbird 8 Victor Kilo, that's November 4 Whiskey, confirm still November 4 Whiskey able?
We do apologise. We're still able November 4 Whiskey.
Roger.
Okay, park brake is on. Cowl flaps are as desired.
Shuttle 13 Lima, runway 27 right, clear to
Tail
land
wheel
for
is
wind
locked.
340
Mixtures
degrees,
idle
2
cut
knots.
off.
Clear to land 27 right, shuttle 1 trigger.
American 728, taxi Echo, left Golf, stand 329er.
Taxi Echo, left Golf, stand 329. American 728.
Speedbird 3605, contact London Control 118.475, bye-bye.
18475.
Phew, sigh of relief. Well, there you go. Thank you very much, ladies and gents, for joining me on this inaugural beeline flight from Isle of Man to London Northolt in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more flights like this in Microsoft Flight Simulator with a variety of different vintage airline liveries. I will be flying real-world vintage routes from the 1940s and 50s and 60s. Including more of BEA in its various locations, into Amsterdam on VATSIM, in a DC-3, and many other locations. Thank you for joining, and yeah, no, I think I was in over my head there with the visibility. I was just waiting for that visibility to clear, so that I could go visual and see the runway, but it just didn't happen all the way to the deck. And if I had tuned the ATIS beforehand, I would have realized how bad the situation was. I'm quite impressed on how well I was able to hold that localizer. Once I had I did go through it initially, but once I did come back on, I was watching that gauge, and I was pretty much almost true all the way to the ground. despite, you know, as I was coming down to treetop height, I could see the leading lights off to my right hand side, so I did a quick sideways crab, if you will, and managed to bring it on. I obviously, in real world situations, that would have been ridiculous, but it's all a learning curve here in Flight Simulator. I look forward to flying more of this and seeing how the modding community continues to make this plane better and better. Well, it was a quiet one from me, I hope, this evening, and yeah, I'll catch you later when my vocal cords improve. Have a good evening.